Hi, I'm Dr. Erin Ducat with Ducat Chiropractic and Sports Medicine here in Bloomingdale, Illinois. Today is another installment of my silly stretches and exercises. Actually, today is going to be a silly exercise. It's a really common one called the sit-up. So almost daily, I have patients come into my office with the low back pain, and as we begin talking about why they have low back pain, how it started, usually somewhere in the conversation, we start talking about the core. And then the patient kind of stops me, is like, "Hey doc, I know I absolutely need to strengthen my core. How many sit-ups should I do every day?" And that's where I'm like, "Hey, time out. Sit-ups is a silly exercise. It's actually a really bad way to strengthen your core." And the reason is really simple, is that the core, the trunk, is designed to be strong in an isometric fashion. So in other words, the muscles are designed to tense up and resist movement versus tensing up and actually shortening or going through a concentric movement. So for instance, here in the sit-up exercise, here the muscles are a medium length, right? Not overly lengthened, not overly shortened. And then you go to contract the muscles right here in your core and then sit up. And in this position, the muscles are shortened. With repetition, doing that exercise over and over and over in a way that your body really isn't supposed to move puts extra pressure on the discs in between the bones of the low back and actually can lead to an increased risk of low back pain, which is usually exactly the opposite of what my patient's looking to do. So instead of doing sit-ups, what I often suggest is to do something called the ab raise. It's a very similar motion, but we get to train the core in an isometric fashion. So you lay on your back just like you would your sit-up, and then you straighten one leg and bend the other leg. Put your hands here in the small of your back, and then without pressing your low back into the ground, by just tensing the muscles in your core, you just lift up until your shoulder blades lift off of the floor and then come back down. So again, you just tense up the muscles between your ribs and your pelvis and then lift your shoulder blades up and off the ground and then back down. At first, you can start this exercise and maybe just practice going up, going down, maybe 10 reps or so, and maybe doing 2 or 3 sets of that. After that becomes easy, try to actually hold that contracted position where your shoulder blades are off the ground for about 10 seconds or so. If you could string maybe about 6 of those together and go through 3 rounds, you're doing pretty good. The muscle contraction with the ab raise is actually a lot more intense than with the sit-ups. You're going to get a much better workout, and at the same time, you're going to be working your core in the way it's designed to without putting extra pressure on your back. So if you have any more exercise questions or questions about back pain, check out my website. It's ducatchiropractic.com, and Ducat is spelled D-U-C-A-T, or check out the description here for this video. Until next time, take care.